how's everyone going? I don't even know if anybody's going to show up tonight. Sunday night. I just felt like I'd stream. This is my weekend. So here I am. I have a cigar. Maybe I'll talk to myself the whole time. No big deal. Whatever it is, it is. So my name is Chris Letty. I go by Big League Bourbon. I have for about 7, 8 years. And tonight we're just having some cigars and a little chill out session. So smoke a Espinosa knuckle sandwich and hang out, shoot it with whoever pops in tonight. I don't know if anybody's going to show up. It looks like one person has stopped in. Hey, whoever you are, thanks. I'm doing this from the iPad. Don't have my computer. Just figured I'd come out to the garage and hang out. This is my weekend. Everybody else. There's Friday and Saturday. Mine starts today. So cheers, everybody. Like I said, smoking Espinosa knuckle sandwich. A little box press tonight. We're gonna have some pours. We're gonna get into a couple of my upcoming barrel picks over at Rockton Food and Spirits. Just hang out, have a cigar, maybe two, talk some bourbon, and feel free to chat away, say hello. Feel free to pop on. Probably should have done that over in the good old YouTube though. That's always fun. I didn't even think about that. That's how long it's been since I've done that. So anyway. Oh, there we go. I need more bourbon drops at 1.2K. If I was Jay West, I could give that to you. What do you think about that? I heard he likes to do that now. It's a behemoth of a price. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Chief Humor. World's Worst Bourbon Channel. Love that guy. I heard he was making some barrel picks this weekend, or a barrel pick. Wonder how that went. You should come on and tell us all about it. Tell you what, man, that light has a mind of its own. Speaking of this guy, World's Worst Bourbon Channel, he might have been involved with this one, quite possibly. There's this thing called the Mike Hunt Foundation, little Evernorth. I'm gonna get into that. Gary, let me figure this out. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna try posting the link in the comments here. Because I was not, like I said, oddly enough, I'm using my iPad for the first time to do this. So it should be posting right now. You can copy and paste that. That'll get you to the backstage. Sorry, first time doing this from the iPad for the last 5 years on StreamYard and YouTube. I've done it all from my computer. So I didn't feel like dragging the computer out and everything else today. Oh, there he is popping in. That is my guy. Oh.
Hello. Literally just walked in the door from Kentucky.
That is amazing. So, like I said, I'm having a little Evernorth, the Mike Hunt Foundation. One of my favorite charitable foundations I've donated to over the years, and I will continue to donate to. Doing great things for youth sports. I'm very proud of those guys for what they do. For anybody asking, it's a 60, 36, and 4 mash bill, 8 years old. Banger.
Can't take any credit for that one.
Okay. I didn't know if you swung in on those. Oh, Blake Benson calling me a rookie. Thanks, buddy. Look at that guy.
It's a fair thing to wonder.
Yes. I mean, I was just there and did a pick as well.
Yes.
That was pretty wild. And if you have never driven from the Illinois and Wisconsin state line border in the middle of the state and all the way to Evernorth and back in the same day while making a barrel pick, You have not lived, my friends. You have not lived. Let me tell
Yeah.
you.
Because that's about 3.5 hours just of Michigan driving.
Oh yeah, one way. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was really long, Gary. It was really
Yeah.
long. It was.
Yeah.
It was. It was. Overall, it was a. By the time everything was said and done, it was a 17-hour day, and I was back opening the store at 8 a.m. Some of us are committed, so Evernorth, using the Evernorth glass tonight, figured it'd be fun. Why not?
I'm going to go grab a glass of something. Didn't have a chance to do that much.
Right on. And yes, Mr. Benson, I am an absolute rookie when it comes to using the iPad to stream with. I usually cart the computer out here to the garage, but not today. Not today. It'll be out here tomorrow when I'm doing a lot of stuff. I got a lot of hats to make. I got a bunch of staves to laser engrave. I got a whole bunch of stuff to do tomorrow. So the computer will be out here tomorrow. But today, iPad. Mini iPad at that. I can kind of see how other people like using the mini iPad to do this. It's not too bad. And it's one device, no keyboard, no nothing else. There's a learning curve. There's a learning curve. But I like the fact I only have to bring one thing out and it stays charged forever.
So the barrel pick I was helping out with is with the Legend of the Oak group.
Let me zoom that in for you. Let me figure out how to do this. Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Nice. The Legend of the Oak.
Yep.
So that is Marty, correct? Marty McLeod.
Marty and I
is it
believe Top Jimmy
Toby?
is
Top Jimmy? Okay.
Toby's big
Okay.
in that, and I think they have a cavalcade of folks that come in and will help out on the various picks. We're doing Blackwoods. Bourbon, we
Very
started
nice.
with 6 samples, and the idea was to get it down to 3 or 4, and then they'll get samples out to us blind on those, and then we'll do the final decision on a stream, and then we'll get Guinness McFadden from Blackwoods on with us.
Nice.
Kind of talk about the brand and that as we go through and finalize the pick.
Very nice.
But that was sort of
what's
a nice
going on? That is awesome.
That was a nice last minute thing, and then that's what's going in the Glen.
Oh, fantastic. That's your latest pick from them, correct? Well, one of your latest.
With the Poor Nerds branding, it's the latest one, yes. There might be a Jepson's coming at some point.
I was going to say, I heard there's another amazing pick
It
coming
is
from
amazing.
the Poor Nerds.
Yes.
I think I can actually concur and say, beyond a fathom of doubt, that pick was absolutely amazing.
Yes, because we're basically stealing it from you.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Three of my good buddies come in town and want to go do a barrel pick while I'm doing 6. I mean, I got 6 good ones. I got
with
6
5
good
gentlemen
ones.
of your own in tow for
Yes.
going through
Yes.
things.
Yes.
That's
pick 6 barrels. And the least I could do is, that thing was a certified banger. And hey, Sharon's Karen in this game. That's all I'm gonna say. You want the good mojo to come around when it comes to barrel picks and stuff. You take care of your people. They take care of you.
Yep. But it was that in trying to move the last of the stuff out of the apartment over to the kiddo's new house.
How's the new house?
Coming along. The apparently the previous owners were apparently heavy smokers who like to smoke heavy in their bedroom, so they're gonna even with it getting all the fresh paint in that, they're probably going to go and get something like a Kills paint and
Yep,
go over
yep.
that. And they've been
I would suggest and I used to have to do this for the bar when my family owned it and smoking was a thing in Illinois at the bar. We did have to make kind of a Clorox solution and scrub the walls. We would do that. We would close down for a day, scrub the walls, do that really well, and then we would kills it and then repaint it. And we did that once every 6 months.
yeah
Yep, been there, done that one. But that's what I would suggest, and like you'd be amazed at how nice it is a couple days later.
yeah they've been they had a ozone generator that they ran a couple times in there. I think it's like an oxygenator or oxate
Hmm.
type thing that they've got running. So it's better, but
Right.
for the bedroom, it's going to need that. They've also like went into like the cold air return and like cleaned a bunch of
Clean that
garbage
out, got
out
the
of there.
ducks. Yeah.
And it's some of the
Mm.
stuff that they were finding, it was not pleasant.
The thrills of home ownership.
Oh yes,
Uh,
but
but
the washer
it's
the
theirs.
washer and dryer are delivered and those are working. The chest freezers there, they got a wine fridge, got that delivered and set up
The
there.
essentials. The essentials. Dishwasher?
Their
Dishwasher?
dishwasher came with the place.
Nice. See, I got to get a new one. That's my next purchase. Just upgraded the fridge.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, it was a brand new
yeah.
fridge, brand new range, brand new dishwasher. It was, it was a flip house, but the people overall did a really nice job with it.
Hey Blake, the Baltimore Ravens just invited Diego to mini camp, so I guess we got to cheers that too. Cheers, Diego. Way to run your mouth and tell every NFL team in your interviews you saw yourself as a starter on every single team in the NFL, not as a backup or somebody who is coming in to learn a system. Congrats. Running your mouth gets you really far in the NFL when you're not there.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that
Unbelievable.
you have confidence, but there's way
Hmm.
to frame things between confidence and arrogance.
There really is, and it's unfortunate. Um, the the kid is confident. The kid balled out 2 years
Yeah,
in a row playing D1 in the SEC. I'll give him that. They found out he's very short.
I mean, one of the good things about going undrafted, I mean, I know you're giving up a fair amount of money, but if you go undrafted, you can basically have your choice of teams as long as they're choosing you. Yes. And I'm going to take over the stream because looks like Chris is frozen up. I mean, it had gotten significantly cooler on the ride up from Louisville. It started out at like 75 and in the mid 50s by the time I got home. People love weather updates. Um, it was a lovely sunset this evening. Um, was able to cruise along without any interference from the state troopers, so the pace was pretty good. What else was interesting whiskey wise? It wasn't really a whiskey trip to Louisville. That's yeah, it only seems like it has 500,000. It's just about to cross 200,000 and most of those miles are going either back to Detroit, Bloomington or Louisville to see the various kids. Um, but no, but the most whiskey related thing was unpacking some of the boxes that they had to box up all of their whiskey in. So,
Wonderful. Can you see me again?
Yes. Yep. You're back.
Okay. Yeah, my internet jammed out there for a second, so I am tethering off the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, another rookie thing.
Yep. Well,
Thanks, Blake.
I was boring your audience, which is
That's all right, man. What do you think I do? Sunday night. It's my weekend. I mean, everybody else probably has, to go back to work and do all the stuff. Unless you're Blake
yeah,
and you work, 320
6 hours a
days a
week.
year, 320 days a year, something like that.
Yeah. No, I have my 13-hour day tomorrow.
Mm. You got to be getting to the end of the year, though, right?
Uh, this week and next week.
Nice. I was gonna say, like, my kids finish up like the third week of May.
Yeah,
It's crazy
we
how
don't.
quick it gets over now.
They
And
pushed the start
they're in
of our
grade school,
yeah. They pushed
you
the
know.
start of our semester back to like right after the week of MLK Junior Day.
Okay.
So what was nice about that is it had almost like 5 weeks off between semesters. Um,
Oh, very
the
nice.
the downside of it is you start later, you get out later.
Right. Hey, look, Blake's really excited about expensive bottle offerings from this weekend.
Yes, aren't we all?
Um, I'm sure you heard that I had an opportunity to do a pick that wasn't a pick, but kind of like a pick this weekend, and I said thank you, no thank you, and did not attend.
Was that one not that far from me?
It was really, really close to you. Really
Where I might have
close to
even
you.
been like in the last 2 weeks?
You could have like reached out and like knocked on the door from where you were. So yeah. As exciting as it was and as fun as it was to be invited into the inaugural part of the new version of it, I had to pass.
Well, hopefully they were good sports about it.
I hope so. Not everybody can be a good sport.
Yeah.
Some of us are just a little too old school to get that sporty.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't exactly a behemoth of a struggle to say no.
Fair enough. I mean, what? Yeah. You want
Yeah,
amazing whiskey? You want reasonable value.
of course. Of course. I mean, we were just talking about the one you'll be putting out. Amazing value.
Yes.
Amazing value. This week, fun week for me at the store. I mean, we just did the old Zacks last week that were the wild turkey. We had a wild turkey finished in a fresh dumped buff turkey barrel, a 16-year-old one. So it was a 9-year-old turkey, 118 proof, finished in that. Pretty darn good. Took me back to the paper tag Russell's picks where they were complexity and switched up every sip. You know, gave you what you wanted. What I don't think we've seen out of this 8-year run that's been going on. So I liked it. Same price relatively as a Russell's pick at 89.99 with some more proof and a little more oomph. That was good. That sold out. Um, we do have some of the toasted marshmallow cask one left. Those are getting low, but that's another fun one, man. That put a different layer of complexity into it. I'm gonna say this. To me, it is better than the Master Keep one. So, you
Okay.
know, that one was a little underwhelming to me. This one, for price point and value and everything else that goes into it, I felt it gave me a lot more. And at $89, once again, the value proposition for me, 100% there. Like I said, we got some of those left. This week, I drop an old Louisville Weeder that is 8-year, 124.6 proof, I believe. Um, Not a big wheat guy. I'll be the first to say that to everybody.
Yeah.
But hanging out with the mean, he pulled out the first 4 blind barrels. That was actually barrel number one. That knocked off 14 other barrels.
Yeah.
Nothing challenged it. Nothing challenged it. Not even a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old Booker's that he has. barrel.
I mean, there's always exceptions.
Yeah. I mean, it checked all the boxes. That thing's going to come out at $84.99 this week. Once again, I think a really killer value for what it is.
Yeah.
I think it whoops around our proverbial wellers that we keep on watching people chase like crazy and get mad and crazy in our area still for. I think it's way better. It's got a lot going on. I can't say all weeders are complex, but this one has complexity and has more going on than just a little cherry and chocolate.
Yeah.
So
I
happy
mean,
with that.
there's nothing wrong with chocolate and cherry.
Mm-mm.
Cheers, Lance. Just saw you pop in to the chat.
Mr. Lance, what's going on? Saw you the other night. Good to see you again, buddy. Yeah, and then on Saturday, I'm going to release my first SBS pick. So that is our Buffalo Trace pick that I did like 6 or 7 months ago. As
Yes.
my kids would say, 6, 7. Haha.
Yes.
Throw it in there. I
Very
don't think
nice.
I've ever done that. Yeah.
Well played.
Thank you. But excited to drop
Don't
that
ever
one.
do that again.
I won't. I mean, it's Sunday night. There's 7 people watching. Might fall down to 6, and I really might lose everybody then.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, that was a fun pick. Waiting for them to send me all the final stats. When I got the samples, it was 132 proof. I did proof it down properly. At barrel strength, it was the winner in the barrel strength out of all the samples that I got. Proof down, it stood out head and toe above, and I think I did a pretty good job proofing it down because I saved some and I had it next to the pick, and hey, they match up pretty nicely. So I think I did a
Very
pretty
nice.
fair job there. Not a chemistry major, but followed the steps, did the work. I used my measuring kits and all the proper scientific tools that I bought for one day doing something cool, and it paid off.
Yeah. It's
So
just
that
a
was
bit
cool.
of math.
Yeah, but definitely has some nice leather notes to it. Some vanillas, little caramel, little tobacco. My favorite thing is it's super, super viscous. You get some nice oils on it, coats the mouth well. The second sip, it coats up even more. For a 90 proofer, what more can you ask for?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely check the boxes for me. I'm happy with it. I've had some that I drink and I'm like, why? I
Yeah.
have that with BT picks. You get them sometimes to go, why? Why'd someone pick this? There's nothing there.
I mean, I'm very happy with the BT picks that I've been a part of. We've always been able to come away with a really nice barrel. But yeah, I've had other ones where I'm not sure what the thought process necessarily was of the team
Yeah,
that did that.
it really makes you question things, doesn't it?
Yes. But
Yeah.
I will be returning down to Buffalo Trace at the end of August.
Oh, very nice.
There will be another BT on the menu, but the main course is going to be that Weller 107.
Yeah,
pick.
I heard about that.
And
That's very exciting. So
and Jack from Northside's like, we can do the same thing we did with the Magnus, do the Northside pour nerds on that in about a month, be down at Wild Turkey picking a Russells.
very
And
nice.
we'll also co-brand
when are you gonna be there?
The 28th.
Wonderful.
I know it's like 2 days after allegedly they're going to have a little event there for.
Yeah.
That might be a little cheesy.
Yes, it might be very cheesy. Here's one for you. So you just announced that. AK just said same. Chris will be there on September 8th, picking the same menu you just announced.
Oh, very nice.
Yes. We just found out about that, and I too will be doing another Buffalo Trace then, and a 107. We just found that out. So tradesies.
Wait, it's a Tuesday?
Yeah. You know we do everything on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
We're a Tuesday crew. We're also going to be back at Buffalo Trace in June. One of our store members that is part of our rectifiers group, he won in the Sazerac Single Barrel Select, the last one, and he got a Buffalo Trace pick. So
Nice.
we'll be going down to do a Buffalo Trace pick with him, and then in September going to do another Buffalo Trace pick and a 107 pick.
Very nice.
And I will be at Russell's about a month after you.
Well, we'll leave you something good.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, we seem to be on the same page of what we're doing here.
I mean, it might leave you quite a bit if we can't contain Bobby Ho Ho when he gets down there.
I wish the Russell family and Campari group the best with Bobby Ho Ho entering the building and entering a rick house at Wild Turkey. That's all I can say. I don't.
Yes.
We have our guy that you've met, Zach.
Mhm.
Zach is a very big turkey fan as well. Has created a pretty strong bond with Bruce, as he was telling you guys. They chat all the time and stuff. That's one level. Then there's Bobby Ho Ho.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
I think Bobby just wants to replace Bruce.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
he may want to replace Jimmy. I mean, he loves the turkey that much.
Well, no, he wants to get adopted by them, and
Mm-hmm.
rub out Bruce and take over for him.
Yeah, well, I could see him ride around on the scooter all day too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Love me some Bobby.
popped in there Friday morning, and I took a picture of the gift shop and threw it in the Northside chat, and it's like, "Where you at, Bobby?"
Mhm.
So there's a Wild Turkey hat in my car for him. He's like, "See if they have any cool hats." So,
Wonderful. They haven't had anything cool for a very long time, merch wise. And you know I love my hats, so I also am hoping to find a nice Wild
had like
Turkey hat once and for all.
they had a short sleeve baseball jersey.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I just, a nice shirt, that's
Yeah.
not ridiculous. Some of their latest
Right.
ones have been pretty ridiculous looking,
Yep.
Their hats have been pretty boring. So it'd just be nice to
Yep.
have some turkey merch. I like my turkey.
Again, I got this merch when we did the pick back in January.
I love it. I love it.
Got the hoodie.
Oh, it's even got the hoodie. You got the fishing one. That is straight up the get out there fishing gear. Love it.
Yeah.
Did Bobby grab one of those? Did Bobby Ho Ho grab one of those too for his fishing adventures this summer on the boat?
I don't think. I think I might have been the only one who got this particular model,
Okay.
but there was
Yeah.
everybody came home with something.
That is fantastic.
That that
Absolutely.
that was a really good trip. Save for some car trouble that sucked a couple hours of our life away.
Oh no.
It was a
Oh no.
it was a really good trip.
Right on.
But
Yeah.
we would have had a few more hours at the Airbnb the night before to really enjoy the bottles that everybody brought.
Right on. Yeah. You want to talk about crazy. You want to talk about barrel picks. I mean, I think, with the extra ones we've added to our lineup this year, we have quite a few more to go make that have recently been added to the things. I think we're almost going to be at 65 single barrels for the year coming out. So we by this weekend we will have our 20th on the shelf. Um, I think right now we are at 14 out of 16 sold out. So
Yeah.
not too shabby. Not too shabby. We're not even to May yet.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Well, give me about 3 weeks, and then I'll have Tuesdays off until the end of August. So just in case that information comes in handy.
I like that info. It's always good info to have.
I will get myself to 100 this year by hook or by crook.
I know. Yeah. I mean, I remember when me and you were joking about that last year,
Yeah.
closing in on that. I passed by it. Um,
Right. You flew by it.
I flew by it
Like
actually.
if there
Didn't
was a cop
expect
there
it to
with
go that
radar,
fast.
man, you would have gotten pulled over.
I know. And then with all the stuff we're doing this year, I'm gonna finish the year close to 200.
Yeah.
It's getting wild, and it's getting to the point that people like really want us to do a pick to give you an idea, and they know we're hard on stuff because
Yeah.
I've rejected so many. I
Yeah.
had a distillery drop off 22, 22 single barrel samples this week in hopes that I pick a barrel from them. That was pretty insane. I mean, we go to
You
places and we have
you
went
you
through 20 some barrels in a day.
you've got their attention.
Yeah, but to have somebody actively drop off 22 and go, we really hope you're going to find something you like out of ours. Because they were
Yeah.
there a week before and ran me through all of their other stuff. And I liked about one out of the 10 offerings that they put out,
Yeah.
you know. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's getting wild and crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's getting crazy. We haven't been having to ask anymore. People are asking us all the time.
Nice. That's it's
It makes things more entertaining, I'll tell you that.
yeah.
So I'm gonna try a sample sent to me by a New Yorker that you might have run into this weekend. I don't know if you did or not. He sent me the Remus 9-year experimental in the Seguin Moreau barrels.
Yes.
We did not get that one. I believe this is the first one, correct?
Correct.
The new one's kind of like a cigar blend, I would guess, with all the
Yeah,
different
yeah, I mean,
finishes.
I know it's something different.
Yeah.
I
So this one only went to 9 states, did not come to Illinois. So this is my first chance at trying this one.
yeah.
Curious to see how it is.
And if I didn't say cheers to AK, cheers to AK.
Wonderful. He's such a good man. I appreciate that guy so much. He's done great things at the Rockton store and, continues to.
Including bringing you on. I mean, I don't know if there's a
Yes.
greater thing he could have done,
Well,
but
I appreciate
that's
that all day, unbelievably. And the things that, that is afforded me to do. And, what I do helps the store out with these single barrels and building our bourbon crowd. I mean, it's pretty wild to think that on a weekly basis, we get people that come in from Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan,
right.
Indiana, all over
Yeah.
Illinois. That's been really cool to constantly see people. And it's not like they stop once, they come back all the
Well,
time,
I was going to say that, and you guys deliver because I'm sure their first stop is not their last stop,
No, no.
and
So it's
it's
been awesome.
it, with the group that Bobby put together to work with Jack at Northside. We're kind of doing the same thing, just really helping raising that store's profile, making that place to kind of be a destination stop for people that are
Nice.
into it.
I did send people there this week. They were working over in Michigan, close to there, and I sent them over there.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean
Always try
the
to help
only
out with that. Told them the barrel picks there are very solid because I know the gentlemen that do them, so don't be afraid of them. So
yeah, I mean the Jack Daniels pick that was like gone in like 5 or 6 days. Um, when we got the Magnus in, that was gone in about the same. I guess some of the other ones took a little bit longer, but just as people got into them and would post in the groups, the
yeah,
momentum come through. I mean, I'm really proud of that Traverse City ride that we did. I got to check the one from Mash and Journey now that it's had about a week open because
Okay.
it
I know you said they were close and you liked yours better
right, the
at that fresh crack.
mine was open and it had the chance to round out, and
Yeah.
I think the Mash and Journey one will, as it gets some air, will do the same. So I didn't feel it was an apples to apples comparison off the fresh crack, because
Nice.
I a lot of times, Finnish whiskey and higher age whiskey seems to need just a little bit when you
Hmm.
open it.
Yeah, definitely. And AK, appreciate that comment. Absolutely do. Some bigger and bigger stuff. Yeah, yeah, a lot of fun things on the books,
Yeah,
and waiting for some things to progress, and everyone will find out as we're able to share more of the wild, crazy, and fun things we're doing. It's going to be pretty exciting. So
well, when you're talking about the old Zacks, I mean, it's easy to do these wild picks that come in at $200-300.
mhm.
To get the to go out and find stuff sub 100, that's really special.
Yeah,
That that
yeah,
that takes a little bit more work.
it
That takes a
does.
little bit
It
more.
does. And that's where it comes down to the relationships and the amount of years that we've all spent in this, and people allowing us when we go in to do a little more than other people get to do. I mean,
Yeah,
I I can't say enough about how well we're treated at Green River and all the things we've done there.
yeah.
Um, Karen has been amazing. We've had her out for an event. We've had Jazz from Bardstown out.
She was
I can't. Yeah,
fantastic when I've met her.
yeah, and I mean, I can't thank Ron enough for making it all happen and getting it to the level that we're at and how we get treated. I mean, we've
Yeah,
moved the most Green River in the state of Illinois on every release. So, I mean, they treat us well. But when I go there, we get to we get to pick out of their set aside barrels that they already have set aside for their special releases,
yeah,
for the distillery and for the new shop in Louisville, or stuff they have set aside for bourbon festivals. So
yeah.
it's exciting. Like the weeded barrel that I have coming out, they should be here next month around the end of May. That weeded barrel is actually the oldest weeded that's going to ever come out from them.
And that's coming out at full proof.
Yes, it is a foolproof. It'll be our second foolproof weeded pick. And this one
You
was a very short barrel, and it should be under 90 bottles.
you do know that that New York guy is going to be up your ass on that one.
Oh, I know. I know. I know. And I do have a very what I think is a very exciting pick. We talked about weeders. That was a weeder, but we have one from Bardstown. We were the second people to ever pick a Bardstown weeded foolproof. The person who picked before me is very well known in the bourbon world, and that's Kroger Chris. He
I
got
know
to pick,
Chris.
and yeah, he was there with the CEO and everybody from Bardstown. We ended up hanging out with all of them for about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
I
Sampled his picks that he had made, talked shop about stores and how we do what we do.
Yeah.
Um, we might have some I might have some exciting stuff on a side project going with him coming forward for Kroger and some festivals. We just got to get
So,
back together and talk.
so when I would actually go down there and really hunt shops and that, I would go to his Kroger's on drop day, and it's funny.
Yes,
No
sir.
matter no matter what time I showed up, I was always sixth in line. I kept getting there earlier and earlier, and I'm still sixth in line. But
Oh, that's
what's
wild.
what's cool about Chris is if there's a line forming and he doesn't have anything, he will pop out and say, "Guys, I got nothing." So if you want to
Yeah.
go line up somewhere else or move on to the next spot. You don't have to wait,
Yeah.
half hour, 40 minutes, just for him to open the
Yep.
door and then tell you he's got nothing.
Oh man. The best thing about him, he loves bourbon and is a bourbon nerd as much as all of us are.
Yeah.
He really does love it. And he is a fun time to get to sit down and talk to. And it was fun to spend that time with them that we did and then go pick. And honestly, to tell you about our Bardstown pick, it is the fastest barrel pick I've ever made in my life. We got into them, we nosed them, I took a little sip of number one, number two, got to number three. I set my glass down, put it in front. I sat back in my chair. I looked at our other three people, and everyone went, "Yep, done." And I'm like, "Yep, that is the
Yep.
fastest I have ever done a pick ever in my life."
Yeah, when you know, you know.
Yes, and everyone that sampled our little sample we brought back has said, "I'll take two, I'll take four, I'll take six."
Yeah.
That's the amount of excitement that pick is drummed up with other people getting to taste that. And that one is really close to being 7 years old, where most of them will be just turning six that come out.
The Bardstown gift shop did drop a weeded single barrel about a week ago. So I mean, but that doesn't really count
Oh
as
yeah,
an outside group. But
right. Yeah, no. I'm just saying pick wise. I mean, Chris was
yeah,
there. He
yep.
got to do pick number one. That was really cool. And we were
I
there
have
and
no.
got to go as soon as he got done. They were like, "Okay, they're done. You guys are up."
Yeah,
And then found out that was him. I'm like, I think that's Chris from Kroger.
yeah,
And we walked over, said hello, and ended up hanging out with those guys, like I said, for an hour and a half. And man, what a
yeah.
great time.
Yeah, I haven't, when I've been in the store, even like when I've gone in like outside of like the first lineup for that type of thing, always seem to have too much stuff going on to ever really get into a full conversation. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's just I I have no doubt that that would be a fun conversation to have.
Oh, 100%. 100%. He is such a good guy.
You just you just get the vibe from certain
Yes.
people of
That is so true, especially with him. If anybody else wants to jump on with me and Gary, please feel free. I posted the link in the chat to copy it, paste it, jump on in. We can hang out. Like I said, this is the weekend for me. I'm just hanging out. The kids are in bed. The yard work's done. We're supposed to have unbelievable, terrible storms tomorrow. So I figured
yes,
I'd kind of hang out tonight because I don't know what the weather's going to bring tomorrow when they're talking possibly up to 30 tornadoes in Illinois. And we had one here in Rockton. What was it? A week ago? A
yeah,
little over a week ago. Yeah, a week ago. Not this Saturday, but last Saturday. So yeah, I actually stood out front of the store and you could see it from the front of the store rolling its way towards us through the farm fields away. And it wasn't that far. So that was exciting. But knowing that it got that close now, eh, tonight was a good night to do this.
yeah, little more exciting than you wanted it to be,
Yes, yes,
and
that is very true.
and whatever rolls through your way is supposed to roll through ours in like the afternoon and evening.
Hmm.
So
Yes, indeed. So tonight was a good night for this. I'm gonna say that Remus, the Seguin Moreau barrel, it's a fine pour. I believe those were around $69. It's okay.
so
I would say it's worth its cost for most people looking for something different. Um, Having a sample afforded to me, I'm good with it. Don't need it. Um, Good
so when I
bottle, but
when I dropped off the Magnus pick to Jeff Wack, he was looking forward to it because he had that Remus, and he's like,
yeah,
I'm really interested because given the difference in price, are they close? Are they far? And he's like, I'm really looking to putting these up against each other. And, within the week, I get a message from him. He's like, he's like, I love that 9-year,
Yeah.
but not even fucking close.
Right.
He's like, I'm like, good. I am glad to hear that.
Yeah. 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 100%. Hey, hold the fort down for like 2 seconds. I'm going to go grab my extra battery for my phone just because I'm using it to tether the internet here. It'll
And
take
so
me
it
about
doesn't
30
die.
seconds.
Yes,
What's
no
that?
problem.
All right. So I will be right back in 1 second, everybody.
You can get me with jazz hands. Um, that was a horrible idea.
No, it wasn't.
No. Go get that battery.
I have my earbuds in. I can still talk.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Oh, what else exciting is well, I'm looking forward to the Heaven Hill 22, getting into that. One of the rarer purchases these days of something that isn't something I picked or Chris picked, or
Yeah.
that's about the end of the list of picks for the most part that I've been getting lately.
Yeah. And I'm going to say I'm excited to get to try that one. Um, I got a couple people that picked that one up and said they'd
Yeah.
bring me a sample. Um, I've heard great things about it. So excited to see. Excited to see if it lives up to the hype that everyone's giving it.
Well,
Mm.
the new batch of JD14. What have you heard much on that, or have you tried that yet?
Um, I have not. I've had a bunch of people who have, who said if you've had the first one, which I did, they said it's not as good. They said
That,
it's good, but it's not the monster that last year's was. And I think this one is probably, I'm basing this off of what I've heard from everybody and what I
right.
thought of the first one. The first one I don't think was for everybody because it was oak forward. I like that. I like some good sweet oak, not
Oh
tannic,
yeah.
but that nice sweet oak that
Yes.
envelops all the notes that has that little bit of oak with it. I like that. But I know that's not for everybody. So I think this year's, with everyone saying, it's not all, it doesn't have all that. I think that's the difference. So I think more approachable for everybody, but for those of us who are into that high
Big oak.
complexity,
Yeah.
big oak, I think we're going to feel a little left out on this version. Um,
What?
I did have our buddy Tony did score one. He said he would bring me a sample of it to try. But he just got that on Saturday. So hopefully I do try the new one very soon.
Well, I will have the opportunity to acquire one at retail this week. So, and I've decided that, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do it. What the hell?
I agree with you. For me, I think that no matter what, I would pick that one up.
Yeah.
It falls into the level of the things I like. It's unique. There's not a lot of it out there. I would buy that. Like you, honestly, the only things I'm really getting at this point in the journey are my store picks. I'm
Yeah.
really into it. The profile, I know what I'm getting every time I do it. A lot of the recent LEs that have come out from a lot of places, being at the store, I'm a very lucky person. I'm afforded the opportunity to taste almost every LE that comes out now because we have amazing customers. They bring me samples or they crack them right there and ask me to try them, you know, to get my opinion for what it's worth. So I've been lucky that way. I feel really lucky that way. I will say I did grab one of those 16-year-olds that you grabbed as well that I have for you. Everyone has raved about that, but I mean, how can you go wrong with some 16-year-old MGP 60 36.4? I mean, I got to sample it in a sample bottle that the lid really didn't fit, so it had caught air for 2 days, and it was still wonderful. You could tell it was a little muted from the
Yeah.
lid not actually being tight. It was just sitting on top, but it was still really good then. So I haven't got into it yet, but I'm excited. I've had a couple people that did get lucky and get them at the store, open them, they're like ridiculous, especially at the price point. I
So,
mean,
what I've so I used to think I didn't like the 36 from MGP,
mhm.
but what I've discovered is I don't like the young 36 from
Yes.
MGP. Like
Eight
the
or more.
like
8 or more. Like that 8 to
like that
12 is
Michael
kind of
Hunt,
the
like
sweet
that
spot.
Michael Hunt Foundation. And
Yes.
once it gets past that, then it turns into something that I absolutely love.
Yeah. So I've got one coming that's going to be coming from Copper and Cask. That's exciting for me. And I have a little bit different of an excitement level when it comes to that. Because Stephen Corrigan from there. Gary, you're familiar with the fact that I'm probably the biggest Untitled fan there was when they were
Yes,
around.
yes,
And to then find out, through Darrell, that Steven was the man behind Untitled forever, unbelievable. And we formed a really good relationship, talking back and forth. Um, he had sent me samples, and we were supposed to get together and stream and do them. I got in the middle of everything at the end of the year, doing picks plus all of our end of the year stuff. I forgot about it. So did he. I didn't
yeah.
even remember. I didn't even remember until Darrell, Kelsey, and them were out there, and they send me a picture, and on the table it says Chris Ludwig Rockton Food and Spirits on a bottle. And they're like, "Which one of these did you pick?" And I'm like, funny
That's a
story.
good question. Yeah.
Me and Steven never did it, and I got to find my samples. So that being said, Steven contacts me and goes, "Hey, I'm going to come see you." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "I'm going to be in Illinois for an event, and we're gonna schedule it just to come see you. I'm going to bring you some special stuff to try that I think you're going to absolutely be impressed with, knowing your background with all my previous stuff at Untitled." I'm like, "Yes, please." He came in and
Merry,
he go, yeah,
Merry
yeah,
Christmas.
yeah. So he ran me through two, and he wanted my opinions on them. And I gave him my opinions. He goes, "All right, so I'm right with what I'm thinking." He goes, "Here, grab this one." And on the bottle, it already said Chris's. The man had a case with 60 samples in it, and that one said Chris's on it. I opened it up, and as soon as you opened it, you could smell it out of the 200 mil sample. You could smell it, and I'm like, "Get out of here!" I'm like, "I haven't even poured it," and you could just smell it in the store. We're like, "What?" I poured it. Oh my goodness, this thing is blackberry and black tea and tobacco notes all day. It's almost a dark mahogany, almost black color. It
You're,
smells that way. It tastes that way. I was just like,
you need a few
"You're
moments alone
kidding
with
me."
that.
Yes, yes. And I'm like, I just looked at him like, and he had his Illinois sales rep with him that does all the stuff for them with Wheel Horse and Copper and Cask. And that guy goes, "What is this? But we've never put out anything like this." And he's like, it's one of my favorites and my special barrels. And I knew it would be very appreciated here. And I'm like, "Yeah, it's not every time that you pour that and you get that beautiful tea note and the blackberry and then the tobacco." I was like, "Oh, please, yes, thank you." So I'm really excited for that. That's going to be coming. That's a 60-36 spore. And it, man, you talk about checking the boxes. It has the finish, it has all of it, and it just lingers.
I'm waiting for Blake's next bin on that one too.
Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. Um, there he is on the road.
Yeah, driving home after a very long day of work.
It's
a long weekend, actually. I'm almost burnt out for the year already. Been working so much.
I can understand that.
Yeah, I know you can. Yeah, I know you can. So I know Gary can too, because he's been maybe not officially on the clock for his main job, but he's been putting in the hours down in the whiskey country with the kiddos and stuff, doing heavy lifting and whatnot. So.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, I did like about 3 or 4 trips carrying stuff down the stairs, and then I just got in the back of the box van. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be in charge of Tetrising all the stuff that comes down.
Well, when you hit a certain age, that goes off the table. Friends, because I have people, hey, you got trucks? No. I will give you money to get your red truck.
Yeah, no. I mean about the, if it's just like once it gets to the truck, like I arrange it in the truck so it doesn't move around as they drive. That I can handle. But the up and down stuff, I was worn out in not even 10 minutes.
That's why I'm need to slow down on my purchases. The mule, because I feel for you going up those stairs to your place. So
that's
that's why I paid the mule fee for your chiropractor visit.
That's that's no problem. That's the
I do know about the moving stuff. I mean, Gary was doing that in Louisville. I helped out the father-in-law today, moving everything back out of the rooms in his basement into the main part of the basement, because they ripped out the carpet and got the epoxy floor put in. So yeah. That was
your
a lot
body,
of fun.
And your body, you have muscles that are sore that you're like, what are you doing? Where'd these come from?
Yeah. We were moving couches, TV stands, and then the treadmill and the workout machines that they have. Yeah, that was fun. It was a lot of fun,
So no, I might be taking some time off the week after next to go back home to help out with some things that's going on back there. So I might be going back here for a week or so. So we shall see.
You had mentioned that might be coming.
Yeah, I got a family member that's driving in from my brother from Texas, coming in and bringing my old man back to Indiana for the summer and stuff. And so it's going to be a handful of aging parents trying to take care of them. And my dad is a handful, because at 90 years old, he wants to be as active as a 16-year-old or 17-year-old, and he just can't do it. So, and with another brother that's down recovering from a knee surgery, getting over that. It's usually the primary care giving for my father, and the other brother that's busy with his business stuff and his job and travel. So I might be just, like I said, I might be taking some time. I already talked to the company. I might be taking a week or two and go back to give a little bit of reprieve to some people. Yeah. Which my frustrations will grow, because having to be around my dad all the time, it's not a thing I don't want to be around him. It's just the frustration that he don't listen. You can't get a 40-foot step ladder out and go up the side of a 65-foot, peak of a roof to try to do something. You just can't do it at your age, So
I remember seeing my great grandfather doing that. We went down to Florida, and we drove him down there to see my grandma, and we went to the mall, and he wanted to stay back. We got back, and he was on the roof cleaning out the gutters. At 92 years old.
Yeah. Try to get my dad to freedom to live on his own, but it's becoming tougher because of his property. It's just too much property for him to, and he thinks he's always got to do stuff. And then, we take the ladders away from him and take him to my brother's house. He'll go out to some place to Lowe's and buy another ladder and have him deliver. You take the chainsaws away from him. He goes out and buys more chainsaws. So my brother's got to go to the places and tell the managers, do not sell to my dad. We will give you money for a purchase of one, not to sell to him. So,
Right. Yeah. That's the dangerous of these days and all the delivery and stuff. They find
yeah,
ways to get what they want.
yeah, they do. They certainly do.
And
So,
that's what happens when the old people learn how to internet.
Yes. Yes. Or when they say, "Oh, we'll deliver that for you for a mere tiny fee of $20. We'll bring it to your house. You'll be there
this,
tomorrow."
this slow driver is testing my patience. Gary knows how I feel about slow drivers. And I know I'm
Yeah.
gonna lie. So I'll spare everybody screaming and shouting and cussing and road rage. So
Yeah,
I
fortunately, I
was
didn't
dealing
have.
with that earlier today.
I dealt with that a bit, but could have been a hell of a lot more. I got pretty lucky on the drive home today.
Nice. Roby, what's going on in Tennessee, buddy? Good to see
get out of
Travis
the
popping in.
way.
Got Anthony. Anthony popped in from Vegas.
Please
Yeah, I
get off
think
We
my
got
road.
people
he
from
already
all
popped
over
back
today.
out.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
All
That's
right,
awesome
all
that
right.
people
I'm
still
done.
jump in and out.
I'm going around. Here's 700 horse going around. See you. Bye.
Oh,
Oh, and
we've all been with Blake when he does that.
That's what I got it for. Get out of my way. Get off my road. I got a purpose to go home.
oh, I forgot to mention. Also about a month from now, we'll be down at Backbone in Indianapolis with
Nolan?
Dusty and some other friends,
Nice.
and even Maureen will be on the pick. So for all the people
Oh,
that complain when I'm on a pick and she isn't, because I don't know what the I'm doing apparently, she'll be there. So
I know both of you, and I know enough to keep my mouth out of that arena.
I I I broke up during that last segment there. I'm not sure what you guys were talking about.
He's going to Backbone. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
yeah,
I'll send you the
Backbone's
clip
always
notes
fun
on
with
it, Chris.
Nolan. Okay,
yeah.
okay,
No,
perfect.
Nolan's a hell of a guy.
He is. No, Nolan's a
Yeah.
great guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I did have a little something working with him for a charitable group, and the charitable group really Scrooged both of us. So that was a bit disappointing. It was very disappointing. They got all in and then pulled the plug. Never a good thing. Never a good thing. But it is what it is.
So that's what it usually is.
Oh, Travis making some funny comments. Just making some funny
Travis,
comments.
that's what Travis does.
Yes.
But he's not making snarky comments. He's doing AI. So
Yes.
it's not a bad thing. It's just what he does.
He's a menace in the best of ways.
Yes. So I'm going to partake in this little sample that was provided to me. Gary, you might have tried this. I don't know if someone shared with you. One of our mutual friends, Mr. Sukop, provided me with one of his Chicago picks from their little private Chicago group that came from Dead Drop. I did do the Dead Drop rye picks. We're actually going to bottle our second one here next month. This is the bourbon that is group picked. This is a 10-year-old MGP bourbon that is 150 proof.
Oof.
Curious to see if there's a lot of flavor there or if it's just hot madness.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he lives like literally a couple minutes from
Yeah, like really
Leary.
close to you. Yeah, from what he was telling me. They live in the same neighborhood, don't they?
Within 2 minutes. So if it's not the same neighborhood, it's a hop, skip, and a jump. But unfortunately, the stars have not aligned for like us to sort of all gather together on a weekend and
Yeah.
actually get into some things that would be fun.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
I mean, the last couple times I've been able to hang out with the ninja, we really haven't been getting. We really didn't get into any pours in that. It's just
Yeah.
dropping off, picking up.
I was texting with the ninja Saturday, I think. So I was texting to you.
Nice.
Sharing the same information about the
Oh
not
yeah.
the Sherry,
all that
not
fun
the Sherry,
stuff.
not the Sherry's berries, but Gary's bag of blank.com. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's
There's a lot of heat up front. There's some nice underlying flavor. Not a the palate is more hot. Not like burn your mouth, but like hot. The finish, wonderful. There's some great things going on in this finish. It just doesn't overly translate to the palate.
yeah.
Should kind of assumed with it being 150 proof. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Unfortunately, Travis, that's my finals and my commencement on the Saturday. So that is like one of the few weekends lately that I'm not going to be in Louisville. Although I'm not going to be there next week during Derby. If I were to go down next weekend, we would basically just bunker at the house and do stuff there. We would probably try not to leave the house until Sunday when everyone's already skipped town.
Yeah, that's when Louisville becomes Chicago.
Yeah, Gary can't go down during Derby week because he can't park his Gulfstream 5 out there because it's already full at the airport.
Yes.
Yeah. So, anyway.
100%.
Well, I'm gonna drop off here. I'll come back. I got to run in the store before they close to get a couple things since I don't get a whole lot of time to show up during the day. So I will.
You're all good.
See you guys.
Good. Like I said, it's my weekend. We're just hanging out. We just passed an hour.
You do, you, Blake.
Yeah, like I said.
So we'll see you when you swing back in.
All right, see you.
Yep, that requires the washing of the glass. Fun, but that's more of a novelty pour, if you ask me.
Yeah.
If I had a bottle, it wouldn't be something I would go back to very often. Like I said, it'd be a novelty pour where I pull it out for people that would want to try something of that magnitude.
Now, something that's in that proof that is a novelty pour, but it isn't. Your 3-chord. It was fun. It was funny with the
that thing.
my Elkhart folks, which is it's funny because I met a couple guys from Elkhart. It starts out by like me bringing back some stuff from Kentucky, trading samples, and eventually showing up at each other's and bottle shares and that. And then I kind of get to know Weaver the same way.
Okay.
And then one of the times I'm down
great dude.
And then one of the times I'm down at Weaver's, I mentioned meeting up with these other guys, which it turns out is his cousins. Small world. So
it's so funny how all that works.
Yeah. So now we will get together, and it's like it's one size fits all now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I've learned a lot of that over the last, 3 to 4 years. How many people are tied together, or you run into that know this person that knows this person and might be related or this or that,
Yeah,
and you're like, what? It bourbon seems like a big world, but it's a very small world once you get into it
yeah,
and get to know people. You all have mutual connections, and it's pretty wild.
yeah.
Um, very wild to say the least.
I the the wildest thing for me is for being a nobody, how many people know me? That's just something that's kind of weird at times. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, you're. It's like you're you, and I'm like, yeah, yes, I am, and it's like cool. It's like cool. It's like
Okay. Yeah.
I'm it's like I w-
Well,
I'll be sure not to be a dick. So like you're actually happy with this interaction.
yeah. Like one of the wildest ones for me and AK. We're at Cox Creek when we picked the old Zach, which wasn't planned. We just had time before our Four Roses.
Yeah. And
We're
then
in
Fred
there.
Minnick walks in. No, just sorry.
No, it wasn't him. It wasn't my buddy Fred. Um, but we're sitting there. We're hanging out with Josh that handles all their stuff. There's a guy that, is getting the full shebang tour there, and they had just come back from outside. There was only one car there when we went there. This guy walks in and he looks over. He goes, honey, honey, honey. We're like, we're all looking at him like, what's going on with this guy? He's like, it's them. And she goes, what? He goes, it's the guys from Rockton Food and Spirits. And we're just like, hi. He's like, I order stuff from your store all the time. I watch Chris's Fresh Cracks Fridays all the time. We're heading to your store on our way back from Kentucky. We live in Minnesota. We're big fans. You
Nice.
know, we have a guy who picks up all of our stuff and brings it back all the time. We know you guys. I'm like, okay, okay, you know. But man, I've run into all kinds of stuff over the last 2 years being in Louisville and being at places where people do that, just like you said. And I'm just like, hi,
Yeah.
hi, how are you? I don't know you. You know me. You know,
Yeah.
it's pretty wild. It's really wild.
Yeah. That's
You know.
pretty good for being the Forrest Gump of barrel picks. That's
Oh, you sell yourself short. You really shouldn't. You really shouldn't. Come on, you're closing in on 100, buddy. You're
yeah.
closing in on 100. You are not the Forrest Gump of barrel picks anymore.
Yeah. Well, go with good teams, and when you have good, you know it. I mean it's not. I don't think it's really that much of a talent. So
Yeah.
got to know. The one thing I do have to know is on the first run through, I tend to be attracted to weird,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
I have to get past that. It's like, do I like it because it's good, or do I like it because it intrigues me?
Oh yeah. Yeah. There was one at Old Louisville that when we were there the first time, kicking it with me, and I was like, man, this is so freaking unique.
Yeah.
I've never had anything like this. This is completely weird, completely off the charts. A couple people in our group thieved the bottle and took it. It was finished in Colombian oak. Yes, Chris George just brought it up. The olive Old Louisville. It tasted like beautifully brined olives out of the barrel. Like if you have ever got to have olives after they'd come
Oh
out of
yeah,
the barrel and the
yeah,
brine and everything.
yep,
That's what it
yep.
was. It was a whiskey, and you tasted the whiskey components, and then there was this beautiful, beautiful, oily, salty olive brine.
That
It was so unique.
yeah, I probably would have if I came across that on a pick, I probably would have obsessed on that for probably the first 15 minutes or so.
And we did. We did. I kept it on the table. I'm like, I know we can't pick it. I want to, but I just want to keep it here because it's so fun. It's so good, you
So,
know. And
so
but like Chris said, everyone who has tried his bottle has loved it, and he has shared that with many people across Illinois into Chicago and probably into Michigan and Indiana too, because he is another one of us that makes his way around, and it
yeah.
has been fun to have him come with us on picks.
So, so last night went out to dinner with it was Rory and Nick, and then it's a couple. It's the guy who runs the trivia that they go to on Monday nights and
Okay.
his wife. Um, he'd actually worked at Brown Forman for a while, like IT auditor. Um, but they ended up coming back to the house, and I had the original, the 142 proof Old Whip with me,
Oh
and
yeah.
it
Oh
and
yeah.
at and
Monster.
at and at dinner when we were talking about things, wife would mention it's like, oh, I love a wheat whiskey. It's like, oh, do I have something for you? And you pour that, it's like, just it's not going to drink it, and I will pour more if you want, but it's 142 proof, so
Yeah.
that's why it's a smaller pour. And they tried that, and they're like, oh wow, it's like
Yeah.
what
Oh, I
like
love that bottle.
what the hell am I drinking? Sign me up. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Still to
And
this
that
day, my original bottle is still around, just around half finally, because that one gets put away in the corner and gets shared with good friends who come over. Yeah.
who
Yeah.
will appreciate that.
Yes, 100%. And
Yeah.
they've been like, what? What? How? I'm like, well, I know this guy. He's done some very amazing things.
Yeah, that's and then they love the tater sticker too, which I'm something that I'm very proud of as well.
Yes, sir. So we were talking Kroger, Chris. I'm going to bring this up. So Chris just shared this, and this is the truth. So Kroger Chris, I told you he picked that weeded before us at Bardstown. He
Yeah.
gave us some of his, and he's like, "What do you think?" And I said right away, "I'm like, this isn't a weeder. This tastes oddly like a lightly peated Scotch." It really did. I mean,
Yeah.
so if you're in the Louisville area, he did pick this barrel. It is uncanny unique. It is a weeder, and it tastes like a lightly peated Scotch. So if you're looking for weird and unique and something you can shock all your friends with, they're going to wonder if you poured some Scotch into a Bardstown weeded bottle.
Just to mess with their
Mm.
heads.
Yes, yes, and it is all that and then some. I mean, I couldn't get over it. Chris himself there was like, "What?" But yeah, it it really went there. It really went there. It's wild.
Take it that wasn't
Um,
his tasting note on it.
no, no, not so much. Not so much. He just said it was really unique and awesome.
I I
Was
mean
very
that
unique, 100% unique. Haven't had anything like that out of a weeded bourbon ever.
and not knowing him, is he someone that's into Scotch that would actually be a tasting note in his wheelhouse?
That's a fair question. That's a fair question. I mean, if you follow his Instagram at all, he shares a little bit, but not a lot about picks and stuff. Um, so I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know he has a very unique, eclectic collection. We talked about that. So I think it's a possibility because he is a fan of all spirits. So
Yeah.
it's just not bourbon for him. So it's very possible. So what I'm drinking now, I'm sampling a little bit of the Evernorth pick I did. That is not a store pick. It is a private group pick because when we went there, that is a private group pick. As we all know, they are not in Illinois. So that is something we do have to go back and get. It is absolutely a short barrel. If you have watched, anybody's watched Dan talk about trying some barrels when they redid the Rick House, he talks
Yeah.
about that fun, odd 16% Green River. And I may have pulled that one. Chris that's in here was part of that. And it was me and Chris's favorite from the get-go. We went through about 12 or 13 barrels that day. We had some amazing stuff.
Sounds
When
about
Dan was
right.
on there, yeah, when Dan was there talking about Cam being there, he was there the day before us.
Yep.
And they were talking about barrel 492. That was the rye. I was a big fan of that rye, but our group is more of a bourbon group that we went with, not a rye group. That rye was phenomenal. Me as a rye fan, oh my goodness,
So, so,
I was I was in love with that thing.
so if Cam was there the day before for a pick, that meant he should have been still there this morning, like finishing up.
Well, you would think, but he wasn't there when we got there. The people that were there before us, the one guy
It's
stumbled out to the vehicle. I don't know how he made it upright. It was a challenge to watch him walk out.
well, it's, I just Cam is
Oh, I know he's
notorious for taking
notorious.
a fair amount of
Yes.
time for picks.
Oh, they said he was there all day long, all day. Um, I will say with ours, we got down to three that we really liked, and after him hawing around, uh, our group was half and half. To be fair, me and Dan went and sat down with all of them blind and went through and picked, and we unanimously picked the one that me and the other Chris that's in here
Yeah.
we're big fans of. I mean, it's rich, it's really unique, it's it's a flavor bomb like no tomorrow. I mean, it's just wild to think that Green River only made 10 of those barrels for a special project and forgot about them. And I'm glad that Dan and Sean got those because man, those things they are special barrels. I mean, that's some of the best bourbon I've ever had. And I've got a really I got a really kick-ass Green River pick, as you know. The first one we released from there, the bourbon that I thought was phenomenal. This being a
Yeah.
different mash bill is a different kind of monster, but just as damn good, man. It's a whoa. So
Oh, DMC's in here.
hey, what's going on, DMC? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Hope you're doing well. Cheers to you, my friend.
I know the with the Dusty and Friends when we did the three barrels there, the the one that was the Andre the Giant cherry one that was like the 16% Green River mash bill, and that's one that just like a couple of those guys like we picked the Southern Distilling like it was like kind of like almost 1 in 1A.
Okay.
And like the Southern Distilling, was the one that was the Sergeant Slaughter one. But the other one, it's like, Jeff was like, I can't let this one go, and
Fair
just
enough. Fair
and
enough.
you know Dan and Sean are phenomenal to work with. And
Oh yeah.
what I mean, one of the nice things about doing something like that is if the bottles make it out of Patreon, and you drop Evernorth public,
Yeah, they're gone.
they're gone.
They're
So
gone.
it's like we knew that there wasn't really going to be any risk in ultimately dropping the 3 barrels that we did.
Yeah.
Although with that Southern Distilling one, I think probably about a third of the barrel was bought up by the pick team before it even made it out to the first level of Patreon.
Well, the crazy part about my barrel, and you're going to understand this better than anybody. Would you believe that it's a short barrel?
Yeah, it's weird how that just sort of keeps happening.
Isn't that weird how like, I just keep on picking these ultra concentrated, just like wolf. I mean, it's wild to think that
Yeah.
we've been lucky enough to pick so many that have been under 100. But I mean, they're so they stand
Well, I mean,
out so much, man. Like
and
instantly.
that actually probably works out well for you. Given the number of barrel picks that you're doing, that that you're not bringing in things with that have like a 200 bottle yield.
Yeah. And we don't ask. I know, and I'll preface this. There are a lot of stores that ask that up front. We
Yeah.
don't ask. We don't ask. We pick what's best. And if
But
we
look,
don't find something, we walk. We walk. I mean, that was a fun conversation when we were invited. They brought me and AK with to do a pick for another store. They asked that we
yeah.
came with. And they were talking, they're like, well, what happens if we don't like something? What do we do? And Gary, you know me well enough. I'm straightforward and brash. I'm like, if they don't want to give us something else, we say fuck it, we get up and we leave. They're
Yeah.
like, you can't do that. I'm like, yes.
Sure.
Yes, I
Watch
can.
us.
And watch me do it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've turned down so much stuff. And if somebody doesn't want to keep on working with me, I'll leave. I don't care.
There's no shortage of other places.
No. And I mean, there's a reason we walk into places and people go, oh, that doesn't happen. When we sit there and I say, we went through 22 barrels today. We went through this many. Hey, you guys might not know it, but this guy here on the stream with me, we went to a happy little place in Wisconsin and went through 29 barrels in one day.
Pulled 7 absolute hitters.
Absolute hitters.
And anything that we had just a modicum of doubt on, we left behind. But that's
and
yeah,
Gary's got to see how I do my shit. Gary knows when I find what I like.
Getting that little dance
shimmy
going.
Yep, there's a little shimmy. It happens instantly.
Yeah, yes, Travis. Yeah. I was still standing. I was ready for the, we went in with a plan to get through all that stuff and leave in the upright position, and we executed it.
The beauty of it, Travis, honestly, I do very, very small sips. To give you an idea, I had 2 16-ounce glasses that were dump glasses that were full to the top. The guy kept on pouring us big samples, and we kept on telling him, we don't need big ones. We need just a little. We know if it's going to be good enough.
Yeah.
Boom.
And we're doing them 4 at a time. And if I nose something and the nose wasn't there, I didn't even take a sip.
Yeah.
And then if the nose was good, I'd take a sip, would in all likelihood spit it out unless we thought it was something that we might end up taking. And then I'd just sip a little bit of it to get an idea about the finish.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Gary's been with other stuff. And if you haven't, I shock a lot of people that go with us with the store, because I take a little sip of something. If it's not there instantly, I just flick it to the floor.
Yeah,
I do. I don't even
say hello
put it
to
back on the table. Yeah, I don't even do that. And I watch people go, "What are you doing?" Like, we went and did one pick last year, and the guys with us were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's not it." They're like, "You can't waste whiskey." I'm like, "Oh, I told you guys, you don't understand. I'm going to go through a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And if that one little nip I take isn't it, it's gone. They're like,
Yeah.
but you should drink it. I'm like, if I drank what we're going to go through today, we'd all be on the floor. And guess
Yeah.
what? Those two guys were in the fetal position in the back of the vehicle all the way home.
Yep.
You know, it's absolutely, it's funny. And I mean, when you brought other people with, when we did our thing, you gave them the fair warning right away.
Oh, we Travis knew, Neri knew, and we coached up Dan really well.
He did good. He did good. I
Yeah,
was proud of him.
he did phenomenal.
Yeah, he did 1,000% better than a lot of people that come with
I mean,
us.
and that was the first barrel pick he was ever on.
Yeah,
and he's going through 20 plus barrels. That's pretty impressive.
yeah.
Mad props to him. So since reality has gotten too bizarre to satire, what I've actually been thinking about doing is a series of World's Second Worst Bourbon Channel, where I actually go on as me, and it's a whole series on how I approach going to a barrel pick.
Dude, I like it. I've been filming some new content. And a lot of it deals with stores. I mean, just, like it's kind of going to be like that, of like me, but then a different me asking a weird question or something that's like, hey, why is this so expensive? This is so much more expensive than somewhere else. It's $1 more. And you're referring to a big box store that has buying power beyond us. You don't understand the difference in pricing of how it works. You don't understand the beauty of split cases, that if we don't get a full case, every bottle we get, even if there's 7, so one's a case and one's not, we pay that split case fee on every bottle. So there's an extra $3 to $5 on top of every bottle for us to bring it in. But people don't understand that, and they want to rail you and be like, oh, you're ripping us off, you're gouging. I'm like, dude, everything at our store is MSRP. You saw our end of the year raffle we did. Everything was MSRP. Everything on the shelves is MSRP. You can walk into our place. We don't have stuff behind the counter. It's out on the shelves. There's $200, $400, $500 bottles sitting on the shelf. And Gary's seen it. I put them on the bottom shelf. That's what I think of them. I think a lot of them are overpriced. You want it? Grab it.
Last time I was at Rockton, there was a couple of E.H. Taylor small batches, like $56, sitting right on the shelf. Anyone could have come in and grabbed them.
Yeah, we got them right now. They're on the shelf for $54. That is cheaper than you can buy them at Buffalo Trace.
Oh,
they are $59.90 at Buffalo Trace. I have them on the shelf at $54.99. Yeah. I have Weller Green Label on the shelf. I have Blanton's on the shelf. Caribou Crossing sitting on the shelf. Right when you walk in, it's all there.
There will also be a North Side. Well, apparently with Sazerac, we might have to do the North Side Pour Nerds on all the picks, all the circle stickers.
Yeah.
So, and there's also going to be a Caribou Crossing one as well.
That is a tater delight.
Oh, it is, but it's funny because the owner of Northside, he's like, we'll probably have to have the Pour Nerds on all 3, but it's like, you don't have to worry about selling the Caribou Crossing. I'm like, buddy, don't worry about it. It's like we'll put it out there. Hell, if all goes well, we'll pick one good enough that I'll even want to buy one. But it's like, no, that it's like there's definitely an audience for that, and if we can,
there is.
And if we can get some decent samples, we can pick you one that's going to
Yeah.
hopefully just fly off the shelves, because there really hasn't been much with that up in our area of late. You know, there'd be like the regular release comes in, you know, spotty sort of here and there. But I think if we get some halfway decent barrels and, you know, pick how we normally pick, then I think, you know, we can
I think there's a place for
roust
those as a pick. As a pick, I think there's a place for those. The
we
regular
can roust
one,
potatoes and then some.
yeah, it's boring. It's boring to me as the regular one. But I think as a pick, there's more than enough there to find something interesting.
Yeah.
You know, especially it's a good price. It's a good price. I think I saw a single barrel here somewhere that was probably in the $40 range, 40 some bucks. I can't remember how much it was, but I want to say it was somewhere in the 40s. You know, good little pick. You get your little medal, you know.
You get your moose.
Yes.
No, it's
yes.
a caribou actually, but
it is a caribou, but you know, I would have actually bought the special one they put out that was the maple leaf.
Oh.
They put out a maple leaf topper that was a little rare limited thing for someone. I'm gonna bring another guy on stage. He is a very, very special gentleman. We enjoy his presence. He is an amazing ambassador for several brands in Tennessee. He introduced a lot of us to new brands that we have come to know, and some of our friends have picked because they've had ability to pick because they're available in their states or through who they use to distribute their picks. I have not been so lucky. Otherwise, I would have done picks with at least two of the brands already. And we've been working with one of the brands for, well, since last October when we all hung out together, and still have got no headway with them getting it done, even though we've hooked them up with multiple distributors who said, yep, we'll bring it because you say yes. So here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the AI himself, Mr. Robinson, wearing his Tennessee orange, which is absolutely perfect for tonight. What is going on, my friend?
Absolutely nothing, and I'm enjoying it.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful. I love it. At least this time you're not in a hot tub.
That is true.
Because last time I think I was on a stream with you, you were in the hot tub or sitting on the edge of the hot tub.
Yeah, no, I was in it.
Nice.
That's our boy. That's our boy, man. What is shaking, dude?
Oh, nothing. I had, I'll say recently, Tuesday, I got a few things from Old Dominic just sent out.
Okay.
And they have just hit Texas and Colorado and Florida. So they will be out of their single barrel program barrels by July for the year.
That's wonderful. That means they're doing great things. We all know they're doing great things and have great stuff. You know, that's a Tennessee brand that more people need to start paying attention to. I'm telling you.
Yep.
There's great stuff coming out of there. And people see that Tennessee and get a little, you know, I mean,
absolutely. And I know that Old Glory this week should be bottling and releasing their first double oak at 110 proof.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
I'd like to try that. That sounds like it'd be good. Everything else you've given me from there, I've liked, man. I have absolutely liked it and appreciated it. So
most definitely. And the one that
exciting.
you were saying since working since October, I am still waiting any type of other decision. The only thing I will give them is they're also trying to open a second location.
I know. That's what they told us. We're working on our second location right now. You know,
and that should be
this
done
new distribution is not a priority. We're working on a second location. I'm like, okay, cool. You know,
because
I'm not gonna keep on bothering them. You know,
no, because they also haven't even put out anything new. They've got 2 labels to come out that have been sitting there for 4 months.
Oh wow,
and they haven't even touched it.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
But I appreciate Blake booing me. I really appreciate that. It's felt right here.
It would have been better if
The
it was
gastro-
a boo hiss.
He only
Well, I'm
said
s-
And I wanna tell everybody, if you do grab my Buffalo Trace pick, you will get some of this man's finest work he's ever done. He gave me the base for it. I ad-libbed a little bit, changed the backgrounds, and I did spice up the animals we were on and gave them that Blanton's look. This man turned me into the ultimate character, and I want to tell you thank you for that, because I
You're
absolutely love that thing so much. It cracks
Yep.
me up.
yes.
It makes me laugh so much. I absolutely freaking love it. It's probably, I've put out some pretty killer tater stickers, over the last over a year plus, but that one, I have been so waiting to put that one out. And now with it being the 250th year of America, it's got that going on. It's got some American flag to it.
Mhm.
It's a great sticker of me, Freddie, and AK. They're both riding, the bronze buffaloes, and I'm riding the horsey, of course, because Travis knows my love of the Blantons.
Oh yeah.
And I put a big fucking B on the rear end of the horse. And I had people ask me, "Is that for Big League?" I'm like, "Sure."
It is now.
No, but
Oh,
I would
man.
absolutely do anything you ask for me, my friend.
Oh, dude, I love it. I freaking love it, man. That made one of the funnest stickers that we're ever gonna drop by far, man. It was fun collaborating with you on that. That thing
Certainly.
is legendary.
Well, I'm sticking at 106 proof,
Oh boy.
Ooh,
and it's one
a
from like,
pingree that's not hazmat? How is that so?
because this is from like 2019 or 2020.
Yeah, that's when Justin oversaw things. We'll just leave it at that.
Yes, it is.
I've
Yeah.
had lots of interesting conversations about stuff like that. I'm actually looking to do a video. I want to get a couple people on with me when it comes to proof and the new normal of hazmat.
Mhm.
There are a few of us that have conferred about a lot of things, and I'd really like to share what we've come up with everyone. But I want to get everyone on board with it if they would like to. Otherwise, all my stuff is just going to be me talking about it as with unnamed sources and their research as well as mine that we have conducted.
Oh.
And we all did it independently and all randomly came together about it.
Ooh-oh.
So I would really,
Gary.
yeah, I'm looking forward to sharing that info because it is a little bit important for our industry as a whole.
Well, I am certainly curious to hear your and any others' thoughts, because I'm sure we'd take this offline, but I would probably bet that yours and I's would probably align.
Yeah. And there has been scientific testing that has been done that is real scientific testing that I've had done by places. I've paid to have it done. So it's interesting. It's going to be a fun video. I'm probably going to catch a lot of fucking hate.
Oh well.
Well, if you're telling the truth, that will do it.
Yeah. And Chris, you're not a politician, so
I'm not, and I've got hate from other people in the industry when I've been very truthful. I have some big fans in them because of that. They are not involved in this, which is great. So involve other places, and but it needs to get out. So it'll be something I record, and I've been working on putting all the stuff together for it. So I think it's that important. don't know if I have a big enough fan base, with all 6 people that are watching this live stream, but I haven't been streaming or posting videos for a long time. So,
well, you throw something out and then somebody does the reaction video to it, and
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and it's a shampoo commercial.
now the World's Worst Bourbon channel could do a review of it,
Yeah.
a reaction of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's man, it's going to be something, boys. It's going to be something,
Oh my god!
unless somebody puts it out before me, but I don't think anybody's going to. The other people in her position, it might not be good for them to put it out. So, but mine's a little different. So, I'm very independent person when it comes to that. So it's independent news at that point. That's why I said I don't know if any of them will talk about it. But I love it, dude. I freaking love it. Yeah, man. I'll tell you, I keep on emailing everybody's favorite TJ though. I keep on emailing him. I mean, he's done the mash and drum now. I mean, he's done all this other stuff. I need to get that man to Rockton Food and Spirits. I need to get him there. I keep on inviting him.
Blow up your honey hole.
He keeps on coming close. He just doesn't seem to reply or want to show up. I don't know. I mean,
I'll put a bug in somebody's ear, and that might help.
I mean, I'm kind of banned from most of his social media, so I don't know. That could be part of it.
Let's just say I know a guy that knows a guy.
Maybe if I reach out to my good friend Fred Middick, he'll help out. I don't know.
Yes.
All I know
Send him a new ascot
is
in the mail.
yeah. All I know is other people did tell Kroger Chris about what a big fan Fred Minnick is of mine, and he did nothing but laugh and say that tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for what you were saying about Chris, he does have a unique palate.
He really does.
Specifically on if you've ever had the Chris picks of his picks throughout Kroger.
That's what this is. It's a Chris's pick. Yeah.
And it's all based on what he enjoys more than the others.
Yes. And he is unapologetic with it.
Mm-hmm. And I respect that wholeheartedly.
I do.
I think he's earned it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he buys more barrels of whiskey than anybody in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'd give that to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty huge. I would guess we're probably going to be we'll be number 2 this year in Illinois. Besides, maybe number four, because Woodman's does a lot because they do different ones for their stores, and then there's Binny's. Man, I'm never going to pass Binny's because when they do 12 Angels Envy picks, kind of hard to beat that. I mean,
you're one store, right?
We're one store. They're 90.
So out of the one store, are you the highest? They only have a store.
No. We're number 2. Our good friend at Riverton Party Store, down in the Champaign, Springfield, in between that little area. Mm-hmm. Jeb's a freaking rock star. Like, I don't think his store is much bigger than my 3rd car garage, to be honest. It might be the size of my garage when you add in his little area where he has concerts and what he calls bourbon class, because somehow they fit 40 people in there on church pews and have people present and have a little stage when they have little country concerts and stuff from traveling artists. But his store is very small. But last year he did 100 picks for the store.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually phenomenal.
The difference is he's still sitting on some of his picks, and we sold out of all of ours. Like I said, we have 2 out of the first 16 left. for this year. Last year we did like 35 if we do the full count. I'm gonna admit we were bad last year keeping count, and somebody will bring up, well, that one's not on your list. We're like, oh, let us add that one real quick. It happens. But I mean, last year, the longest any pick sat was a month and a half, and that was Kinney Farms, which nobody knows about. And it was our first ever barrel pick that came out of there. And in a month and a half, we sold 217 bottles of it. And people still ask us if we have more all the time. So,
yeah. Like you already mentioned in the stream, your reputation that you have built, you and the owner have preceded you, and what the expectations are. And I mean, you have a following that's many states wide.
Yeah, we do. And you know, like I tell everyone when they come in, you know, I'm only as good, and the store is only as good as the last pick we put out. That's why it's so important to curate it as much as we do, because it only takes one pick that's bad for people to go, because everybody does picks. Everybody does picks. So it's real easy to say, oh, that one wasn't good. And they can go somewhere else because everybody else is doing picks. So,
and most everyone else just says yes.
Yeah. We see a lot of interesting stuff come out of places that we kind of shake our head at. I mean, I had a place bring me like 4 of their picks, bring me bottles of it and share it with us and left them with me, and very thankful. But there are things I would not have picked or put out. I wouldn't. No, we'd be done. In my opinion, we'd be done. I would be down to my locals because other people wouldn't buy them, and I'd still have them on the shelf.
Yeah, and places like that need to hear genuine feedback, but they also need to be open to it. And most that are NDPs are, because they have more in the game.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm straightforward when I tell people if I try it, and you know, I'll tell them why. And I tell them exactly what I just told you guys. You know, this is the true story. You know, like Chris just said, and the best bottle they've ever produced. And he's talking about the Kinney Farms. I mean, one of the reasons I'm lucky enough to know what was good there, I helped them when they were going to do their bourbon stuff through another company that they hired for marketing. And when they were going to do their stuff to do their first releases that were special of it, we went through 100 barrels. And I wrote my notes on all 100, whether they were blending barrels, whether they needed more age, if I thought they should be single barrels. We came back through for a special pick coming out for them to pick it. I had one that I wrote down was by far the best. I wrote my notes on it, wrote everything on it. The rest of the group, because they brought in like 15 people to do that pick, wanted to go a different direction, which was fine. They went that direction. When we came back to do our store pick, they pulled 10 for us and had us go through them. I went through all of them and I wrote down on the one barrel, and we didn't see numbers or anything. It was completely blind. I rated them all. My one that was number 1, I wrote down, this is the one I picked 3 times in a row now on my piece of paper. When they pulled all the shit, it was exactly the barrel I picked out of the 100. It was exactly the one I picked out of the first 10 we went through. And it was the barrel I picked when we did a second 10 of them. And I told them I knew it was, and it absolutely was. And everybody's like, how do you do that?
Rodeo, not first one.
Yeah. I know what I like, man. I know what I like. And it hit everything. My notes were the same. I knew it was it.
Yeah.
You know, hell, I did some live blending for them there in front of them. Some absolute live blending. I'm like, this one and this one should absolutely be blended. They're like, well, are you sure? So I did it for the whole group that was there, mixed them together in the percentages I thought, shook the living hell out of it to try to get it to amalgamate fast. I poured it for everyone. Everyone was like, oh shit, I'd buy this. I'd buy this. I'd buy this. I'm like, did they do anything with that? You know what they did? They blended those 2 barrels and then proofed it down to 100. Guess what happened? It didn't sell. Now they're going to go back to barrel proof single barrels. I hope they use my notes I left them. That's all I'm saying. They they don't really talk to me. They deal with their marketing company. Their marketing company has their own brand now. They released a blend of barrels and made it 100 proof. And somehow my single barrel was, I called it Cherry Garcia ice cream because it had that nice vanilla. It had that creaminess, the chocolate, the cherry. You guys have both had it. You guys both had the Canay Farms one when we were there. You know what it was about. It was awesome. They did a blend of barrels, put it out, and it was the cinnamon forward. What the hell is this? And they asked us to bring it into the store multiple times, and I said no. I mean, and they're selling it for $30 more than our single barrel was. Not going to buy something, put it on the shelf to watch it sit there.
Yeah.
That's
second
that's all
cigar.
about good
Second
business.
cigar. Once again, my weekend. So we're going to go with a New World AJ Fernandez. I believe this one's a Cameroon.
It looks like a box press.
It's a box press Cameroon. Yes, you were right. A Toro box press.
The squareness of it was a dead giveaway.
Yes. See, Gary's a cigar guy. He just doesn't want to tell you guys.
Gary is
I recognize the geometry of cigars.
Gary's a myth and an anomaly all wrapped up into one.
Don't let Gary fool you. He's been to the cigar lounge with us and hung out and had cigars with us. He might not smoke the whole cigar, but he does partake.
You finally take a breath, Blake?
Yeah, if you want to call it that. Yeah. Long weekend. It's been a long month.
Yes, sir.
Just a month. I think it might have been longer than that, but
it's been longer.
Yeah, it's
He's being
long.
very
it's
modest.
It's been a long 2026. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just it's a busy time based on the Iranian stuff going on, or things are ramped up.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not being a smartass by saying this in any means. I'm being honest. Every year has honestly got longer and longer for you with the amount of hours we watch you put in.
Yep.
It really has. It really has, man. If people understood what you put in and what you give that company, I got mad respect for you, dude.
Yeah.
Our finance guys talking to the business leaders like, well, this one guy, man, his checks compared to everybody else is just through the roof. And he's like, well, do you realize how much he's in here for us?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's just it. People don't get that. And shit, man. I got a guy I deal with weekly that fucking freaked out that he was putting in a 7-hour day.
Ooh.
Because he normally does like 4.5, 5 hours.
Hell, I got 7 hours
like that.
I got 7 hours before I even leave the door to go in.
I'm gonna go with some Russell's 13 because I'm with my boys, and I got this one when I was with Blaker McBlakerton. That was the one. That was when we got those from our buddy in Ashley, Indiana.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Knucklehead.
Oh man, he's calling me left and right now and trying to get me to help him with something. I can't talk about it on stream. I'll
I
tell
can
you
only
later.
imagine.
I'll tell you later. It's pretty
I can only
lofty. It's pretty
imagine.
fucking lofty. Like it's stratosphere lofty.
Well, now if the world's worst bourbon channel's been there.
Yes.
There's one not yet.
It's a nice little hole in the wall spot with a lot of product, huh?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but he sells out of barrel picks in a day. He made sure to tell me that over and over about how he sells more barrel picks than anybody. And I'm like, how many have you done this year? He's like, we went through 8 barrel picks this year. I'm like,
It's a good story.
I put out
but
16 and sold 14 already.
It's
And
a
I
great
go,
story, but
but he was telling me, he goes, we
fiction.
have 27 stores. I'm like, so you're selling out of a barrel pick in a day in 27 stores. That's cool. I've
Yeah.
sold out of 14
not
to
his
your
just
8.
little,
and
not
we
just
have
his
one
little
store.
His whole
I'm like,
chain,
we have
maybe,
one.
but not the one store that's in the middle of cornfields.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good story to tell, but
I know.
it's shelved under fiction in the card catalog for all you.
Well,
card catalog
that's what I tried to explain to him when he was telling me all this stuff and high horse and shit. I'm like, buddy, how many picks are you doing this year? He's like, oh, we're gonna do like 35 this year. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm like,
Yeah.
our one store is close to doing 70 for the year.
Yeah, his social media blitz where he's backtracking and eating crow. I try to keep this a small store for the locals to make it local only. And next thing you know, he's backtracking, going, well, let's do this. Yeah, let's put billboards up and down the interstates. I'm like, well, that's not keeping it very local.
No.
So, to each their own. I mean, it is a business, you know what I mean? But don't go to social media and backtrack every other
They're
day.
up to 27 stores. They're doing something right to have 27 stores functioning. I got mad respect in the liquor business that they're doing that. And it's all in one state. They did actually cross the border into Illinois now this year.
So you mean the wife's family?
Cousin.
But just
And then his other cousin from your neck of the woods in Fort Wayne just bought one pretty close to us, and he's never owned a store. He owned a gas station before.
Same difference.
And he paid a small fortune for that store.
Yeah.
And I don't know how it's going to work for him with how much he paid. It doesn't track. It doesn't track in the cost perspective of what's for sale here in Illinois and what businesses do.
To teach their own. Nothing going bad against what he's got going on at all. His clientele is a different clientele than what we're normal to, and what we would consider not chasing but wanting to put into our collection.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of his clientele come from very impoverished areas and around that area, and they chase Wilder Green label like it's Heaven Hill 22. So
yeah, I had a really good conversation with him, and I tried to be very real and very honest with him about a lot of things.
Well,
and he was not receptive to a lot of what I was explaining.
He put out a social post here last week with the announcement of a brand going into Indiana distribution about they are going to be getting barrel picks of said brand. And I'm like, no, you're not, number one. Number two, if you do, your clientele ain't going to pay that kind of money to get said bottle. So you just better stick with your World Whiskey Society crap through gargoyles and stuff.
And there's a third party talking about said store I was talking about.
Yeah.
I
don't know if like Christopher would want to join us and then just go backstage maybe.
Yeah, dude. You can jump into the backstage. You don't have to jump
Yeah.
on and be on screen
But-
if you don't want.
It's
But
it's
that way, if the conversation
it's 11:20 on
turns-
Central Time, 12:20 on the East Time. You only probably got 6, 7, 8 people maybe intently watching.
yeah,
So I get
but
it.
just that because the conversation is getting
Three.
really close to things that probably
And I'm
don't
one.
go too public on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, we got
Totally.
4. You know.
Looks like Fred jumped on.
Hell yeah. No, man. It's just
I
fun.
got something to tell you off backstage, Chris. That about
I'm ready. I'm ready.
That four letter name that we just said
Oh,
about a phone call that was made to a certain
Yeah.
person. Trav, you know what
Okay.
I'm talking about?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Dude, there's so much fun stuff to share with you guys backstage. Let me tell you.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Gary, what you got there?
Swedish fish? No. You got some chips.
Some
Oh,
Valentina chicharrones. Ooh, hot sauce flavored chicharrones. You know, that's one thing I can eat these days, you know, since I went to
Yeah.
the world of fasting again and eating
Yeah.
once a day.
God bless the Costco.
Yes.
You know what's not bad is a chicharron pizza crust.
Ooh, I haven't done that. I'm gonna have to try that. Yeah.
The
Okay.
barbecue
Okay.
the barbecue place in my town, they have a pulled pork nachos, but you can sub out chicharron for the nacho chips to go low carb on it.
See, I do
It's-
the
and it's high
chicharrones
quality.
with my guacamole.
Hmm.
I did that today. And I'll tell you, today was my quote unquote cheat day where I got to eat more than one meal, but I kept it really good, really on point with what I've been doing. But for my dinner, I did make smash burgers and I did want to have a bun. I probably should have searched out. They didn't have any local here, but the keto buns and stuff. So I had a normal
Yeah.
bun. And I'm going to tell you something that's absolutely crazy. Holy cow. The first thing I tasted, even with the burger with guacamole on it and taking a bite of it, all I tasted was the sugar in the bun because I don't have it anymore. I don't eat it anymore. Oh my goodness. It stood out like no tomorrow. I told Bridget, I'm like, ooh, this just tastes like pure sugar. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the bun just tastes like sugar to me. That's all I taste. So yeah, I won't be doing that again.
I like to see
Even
you, since you gave up sugar like that, I like to see you drink about a 16-ounce glass of Milo's very sweet tea to see how that would react. to
Oh
you.
God, we have that here. I'd probably go
No.
into shock and die.
That's what I'm
I'd
drinking
probably-
right now.
I'd
It
probably-
sounded good,
Oh
so,
my God,
so
I'd
about a
probably
gallon.
lose it, dude. I'd probably lose it.
I don't drink a lot of it, and it's when I drink it, it's like, wow, that's really good.
Hey, when I lived in Southern Indiana, I loved the sweet tea. I lived off that shit.
Yeah.
And that's how I got to be like this again.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Inflammation's gone, feeling fucking great. Energy's through the roof. Like, I'll be at the end of the day and I'm like, woo, you know, everybody's like, it's 2:00. I'm tired. I'm like, let's go. I don't know. It's
The only
wild
thing I'm
having
doing-
it's
the
wild
only thing
having
I'm
real
doing-
energy, not sugar energy. I'll
The
tell you
only thing
that.
only thing I'm doing healthy in life that's right is drinking a lot of water, and it's. I know you're supposed to, but man, the 17, 18, 19 bathroom visits a day at work's like, this is ridiculous.
I'll tell you the best thing I've done through all this was drop the energy drink. I would do one a day, you know. I would have one of those at the beginning of the day and that'd be it. And I don't drink them all at once. It take me 2-3 hours a day because I just sip on it while I'm at work.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's gone.
I drink
I
about-
think that was a huge problem with everything I was doing, messing up everything for me.
Yeah, I
Because
just
man,
drank a mug of
like
mug of
5
drifting
days.
grams coffee in the day,
Yeah.
in the morning or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, dude. I start out my day with my big ass mug of coffee. Then I go to water the rest of the day and don't have
that's
it.
what I
I
do.
don't eat until I come home from the store.
That's what I do
Then
on
I'm
my long
done.
weekends. During the week, I usually don't do the coffee as much, but during weekends,
Yeah.
it's pretty much guaranteed. I had the barrel aged Action Jackson that I got. It's pretty good.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds good. You know, that's the good
That
thing
was
about the
the
wife
Chattanooga
being
barrel, wasn't it?
What's that, Trav?
Was that the Chattanooga barrel?
I think so, but I really didn't. It doesn't say on the website, and I didn't ask them. It's
Okay.
good. You can definitely tell the influence of the barrel on the beans. So compared to the regular Action Jackson, so
That's nice. You know, that's one thing I'm spoiled with Bridget working in copy distribution. I get all these independent places and all this cool stuff. And so every day is something different, you know, French press it. You know, I've got my drifting drams. Take that with me. I'm good to go.
That is such a great French press thing.
It is. And Gary, when people come over, I've got to the point I don't even use the regular pot. I bought one of the bigger ones. I bought the bigger one. I found it on sale at I think it was Anthem Sports. They were doing a closeout on them, and I got the big ass one that's normally like $80. I got it for 18.
Wow.
I was really happy with that purchase because when we have people over, that thing comes in handy. I love it. Or if we're going on a trip for the kids for sports, that comes in handy.
Make enough coffee for the kids.
Yeah.
like his kids need more energy.
No, they don't. No, they don't. We just finished volleyball season and now we're in lacrosse season for Winston. Stetson decided lacrosse out. He's just sticking with football. And his new thing he wants to do, bass fishing. Because he likes fishing. And I'm like, all right, I got a couple friends that actually fish on the bass circuit here. I'm like, we will get you out and they can show you way more than I can. I show you normal fishing. Bass fishing, that's a step beyond dad fishing for catfish and us going and, you know, normal fishing, bluegill and catfish. So I like doing it, but that's a whole nother level. So I'm all about it, man. He loves it. So it's cool. Almost something different. You know, we'll probably wrap this up in another 10 minutes and go to the backstage. We only got 4 people watching. If anybody wants to jump on, I'm going to post the link. You can jump into the backstage when we go to the private. That means it won't be on YouTube. It won't be anywhere.
My guess is Vic's probably
won't be
watching the
recorded.
Ducks game, and he's
Yeah.
probably watching the Ducks game and probably recovering from last night because he's back to work, he's driving, so he's got to get up early morning to work. So
Right on. Yeah, you know, it's my odd weekend, you know, because Sundays and Mondays, man. So,
I figured Vic would have been like in the 8th hour of his own stream right now.
You're a day late.
game's on tonight. He's probably watching the Ducks lose.
yeah, I went to bed early yesterday, you know. I knew it was my day off. I wanted to have a good day. I knew I had to do yard work, so there's a lot of edging the yard and doing all the weed whacking and starting to move some of the landscaping around and putting stuff out. So
3-3 in the Ducks and the Oilers in the end of the third, so they're going into
nice. I'm gonna have to go back to some poor nerds here to like that poor. Well, I'm sorry, Michael Hunt Foundation, not poor nerds.
Michael, both of mine are gone.
Part of the family. Part of the family. It's garage whiskey. That one hangs out in the garage because this is damn good with a cigar. Yeah, that 150 proof bourbon. Yeah. Not my jam, guys. Not my jam. MGP
It would
wasn't my jam.
it wouldn't surprise me that Klein picks something that goes well with the cigar.
Exactly.
This year he needs to pick
Exactly.
something that goes better with a Zen or whatever he's using now.
Yeah, right? Dude,
The,
man,
the,
that's
the
another
Zins, yeah.
another damn thing at the store, man. We get all these different shit. They keep on going up. Like we got these new ones freeze that go up to 15.
Yep.
Holy shit. When I take them out of the package, man, you can smell the flavoring shit that they got in them. Like it just emanates right out of those cans.
You,
Especially the watermelon one. Holy cow.
you should be wearing gloves when you're handling those packages, probably.
Mm-hmm. We had a customer bring some into us and give them to us and said, hey, you got some people that are really into the high octane shit, here, give them to them. My kid sent me this. His kid is actually one of our airmen that flies the new fancy planes and is involved in all the shit and has been involved in all the shit. They are 50 milligram crazy ass pouches. And I'm like, holy shit. I couldn't imagine. Man. I've never done a Zen. I don't know. But
Nothing like smoking a
you
pack of
see
Marlboro
these
Reds
guys
all at one time.
doing threes and sixes, and now I got people that are doing 15s, and like you're handing me 50s. I gave it to one of our guys who chews Copenhagen and goes through 2 logs a week.
Okay.
He had them. I'm like, how were they? He goes, yeah, they're good. It's like me having a whole 10 at once. He's like, it worked, but I don't think it was healthy. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You
It's
can't
like
Yeah.
drinking it.
You know when somebody that does that level says, "I don't think this is healthy."
Yeah, it's like
Mhm.
drinking a 40-ounce mug of Death Wish coffee, not know the difference at once.
Oh dear Lord. You know,
End up in the
I made
emergency
that
room.
mistake before Death Wish. There was one called Revved or whatever that came out with the Keurigs. That was the ultra high caffeine. I had 1 cup and it was good. Normally I only did one of those when I first had my Keurig and that was back when I was just working for myself from home. A good 10 years ago. I made a second one and I'm sitting there and I'm like drinking it, and all of a sudden I felt fucking weird. Like
Mhm.
I was just like, ugh, ugh,
Yeah,
ugh.
I went real
And
quick.
I couldn't
Sent me to the
figure out what
emergency
was
room.
going on. And
You
then
Thought I
started
was having a heart
hearing
attack.
colors.
I did.
Thought
Well, I
I
was
was having
deciding and
a
I'm
heart
like,
attack.
yeah, I was like, oh, I need to drink a lot of water. And I drank a shit ton of water and it started coming back down. I'm like, oh. I got rid of all those pods. I didn't drink those ever again. I don't know how those people drink that Death Wish.
No,
And
that was,
like
I
I
never,
know
like I said,
I know a good friend that drinks 2 pots of that every morning. I'm like,
there ain't no
bro,
way.
you're gonna kill yourself. You were gonna kill yourself on that stuff.
35 ounces was enough for me to go to the emergency room. Going, I think I'm
Mm.
having a heart attack.
Hmm. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Some of that shit pushing it to extremes, the nicotine, the caffeine. That's just not good for you. Everything in moderation, Shit, you know. I don't drink every day. I don't smoke cigars every day. I do it on my weekends. Might do it, might jump on with you guys sometimes on a Friday or Saturday just because I'm bored. But it's not something I do every day, Even sampling at the store, I've got to the point where I've told them, when people come in, I'm like, I'll try it later this week.
Yeah.
I can't sit and try barrel samples, or you just brought me these 5 samples of new stuff you want to put on the shelf. Just leave me some samples. I'll try it. Man, I'm not going to do it every day. There's no way. I did it for a little bit, and it's not good. It's not good. you know. And in my case, it's more than just bourbon or whiskeys, you know. I get gins and wines and everything else brought in. It's like there's only so much you can do, man. Even if you're just trying a little bit and spitting all the time, that's fine. But still, man, just don't wanna be that way all the time. So they've caught on. They just bring me samples now and leave them. I'll try it, but not every day, man. That's too much shit. All right, I'll give you guys 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. We get to 11:40. You want to jump in the back room? We're gonna have some fun talk. We're gonna talk about stuff we don't talk about on stream. That's industry, single barrels, all kinds of goofy stuff. So if you want to come in, hang out, find out some goofy shit that we've alluded to here and there, and sharing some good banter.
Some real Fight Club stuff.
Yeah, it is Fight Club stuff, man. Because I'll tell you, these 4 guys, they don't share any of this stuff. They're awesome. I can talk biz with them. And Travis, I want to tell you, I am using my Paul P coaster here. I didn't realize it was from him on the back until I was moving stuff around. I saw it today. I'm like, oh, that was Paul P. That's my little coaster out here all the time.
He's asking Jason for the official logo this year to do something else. So
nice.
Here's my
I've got my big ass laser.
him.
Nice. I got my big ass laser right here, and I do stuff like that. So my hats, all the other stuff I make for the store and other places. I saw that. I'm like, oh, these are cool. I got to make some Rockton ones now.
Yeah.
You got to make some big league ones. You know, that's one thing I didn't think about. I pulled that out of my package about a week ago. I didn't even realize it was in the bottom of the bag because it was all wrapped up so nice. I was moving stuff around. I'm like, what's this? I'm like, oh, that needs to go in the garage. I love that.
Yours doesn't have dueling pew pews on it, does it?
Is it on the front or the back?
It's on the back.
No, it does not. It says, life's short, drink the good stuff. Cheers from Paul P.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was one on there that had it, and he brought it. It was a gift. Whoever found it was a gift of it's like batch 57 or 51 of a Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered.
Nice. Nice. I realized I have some of those downstairs in the basement. I still have the white bottle, and
wow.
I still have the batch 41 that I didn't open. That was the one that won all the awards and stuff. I didn't realize when I bought a couple at separate times, I got 2 of them. So that was fun to come across. Because, man, those are way better than what's out there now from them.
Yeah, it's been about 3 months. One of the batches he came out with was just 4 years old. There was no difference between it and the Colt.
No, none at all now.
So I'm trying to think if it's batch 13 or 17, but I have one of the batches that doesn't have the batch number on it. You have to go to the proof to figure it out.
Yep, that's my one on the shelf. I have one that doesn't have a number that's on the shelf. Those are really good, man. Those were super good. Buttery caramel, just freaking yum sauce, man. I miss those days from him. I really appreciated his brand and what he was doing, and I don't seem to find that anymore from them. I bought a Colt, the new one, when they did it. It's good for what it is, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't meet like the first batch or second batch of the Uncut the Younger, even when they introduced that one.
No. And Chris, I see you in the background. I will add you in here when we get ready to wrap this up in just a minute. Anybody else wants to jump on? That link is there. I'm going to close it down in 1 minute. We're going to go to the back side of the stream. It is not public. It is not published. It is not recorded. So you can come hang out with us. You don't have to be on screen. You can just talk with us because we'll add you so your voice can be heard, or you can just listen in. Either way, doesn't matter. It's just us talking shop, having a good time, and doing what we do. So 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go, everybody.
Sorry, I needed a snacky.
We don't care. You're all good. We appreciate it. So everybody, thanks for stopping out tonight for the impromptu stream. I might pull more of these on Sundays going forward just because I'm usually off on Sunday nights since the start of my weekend. So I'll probably stream on Sundays from now on just for fun. It'll be impromptu. It'll just be hanging out. We'll just be shooting the shit. Nothing crazy, nothing wild, nothing important. Maybe just crack my barrel picks they're going to release next week too. So cheers, everyone. Thanks for coming out. I am going to end the stream. We're going to go to the back side. The link is there if you want to jump in afterwards. We'll be here. I can add you as long as you use the link. Go through StreamYard. Thanks for everyone to coming out, and we'll catch you next week. Later, everyone.
Good night.